Nonsense. Action! Look funny, so.
For example, like I used to have this friend in secondary school that used to like he takes Zobo, but like it's not Zobo that is in it.
Do people still fall for the influence of, all these things? That is quite shocking. Imagine your friend is telling you, just try this, just try this. I mean, you want to just try it, and that's. Welcome to another episode of Table the Matter, where we sit and discuss about all things that matter. Thank you for clicking on this video, and please stay to the end. So I'm sure you are seeing my face for the first time. My name is Chamaka Mbonu, and with me here today is
Victory.
Introduce yourself.
My name is Victory.
And this is
Adeluwa.
Okay, so very nice to have you guys here with me today.
Same here.
So on today's show, the topic of the day is drug abuse among teenagers. I think that this topic, honestly, is quite personal to me because I have a close member of my family that goes through the same issue, and I also think that today's society we don't discuss so much about the issue, and I think that it is much more dominant than we think, especially among teenagers. It will surprise you that I remember reading a report on National Drug Center. They made a report, and they said that 1 out of 8 teenagers go through illicit use of drugs, and so it's so surprising and so shocking to see that our young youth are involved in all of this. So Victory, what do you think about this?
Well, a major thing I think causes drug addiction among teenagers or among youth is peer pressure. I feel like when they see their friends or a group of friends that they have doing certain things, they want to imitate or copy that behavior, just to belong, just to feel among them, among their friends, and then at the end of the day, they end up imitating wrong behaviors. And even the peer pressure is mostly used in society for when an individual is imitating a very bad behavior. So you don't see them using peer pressure for a good sort of behavior, but it's also majorly for a bad sort of behavior. And drug addiction, you can't say that it's a good behavior, it's obviously a bad one. And then one major reason for individuals engaging in drug addiction is because of the kind of friends they keep around them. I'm part of the adage that says that show me your friend and I'll tell you who you are. So if you are one that keeps friends that smokes, that takes all forms of substances, you end up finding yourself indulging in those acts, and there is no way that when you indulge in them, anything will come out from it.
I agree with what you just said, but at the same time, I think it still boils down to what you stand for, because somebody can be friends with a group of people that abuse drugs, but still because of the kind of personal standards you have, you just want to find yourself in that situation. But I totally agree with what you say. I mean, it's not easy for you to, it's not actually easy for you to resist. Imagine your friend is telling you, just try this, just try this. I mean, you want to just try it, and that's how it starts. Do you have something you want to add?
Yeah, so firstly, I want us to establish that this drug abuse is mostly rampant in secondary schools and universities. So they are the ones usually pressurized by, as Victory has said rather. So they're the ones pressurized by people to go into all this drug abuse and take all these drugs. And then most times parents don't even know about this thing. Students take these things to school, they pour them in drinks, and nobody even knows that it's something else that is in it, not a drink. For example, I used to have this friend in secondary school that used to he takes Zobo, but it's not Zobo that is in it. So it's his drug that is actually in the Zobo. So yes, most of the students take these things to school, but most parents don't know about it. So when they eventually report them to their parents, they're like, no, my daughter cannot do this, my son can't do this. So the first thing is that parents are even ignorant about this drug abuse that is prevalent in secondary school students and university students. So I feel like parents should actually watch out for it and see there's no how that these students will not be inhabiting some habits at home that shows that they do these things. So yeah, I think parents should just watch out for those behavior and then try to curb it before it becomes too late and then they become addicts of the drugs.
I think that's another issue on its own. parents being ignorant about their children's behavior. Most parents you see, they will be like, oh yeah, I know my daughter, I know she's this, she can do this, she can't do that. But do they really understand and know the parents? I guess that there's a level of trust that parents should have for their children. But then you should also like calm down, understand and observe. If you are noticing abnormal behavior, you should be able to approach your children and speak to them in a way that they will listen to you.
And also, parents are forgetting that their children are not the same set of children when you're growing up.
Yes,
Their children
change,
are becoming
you meet
teens.
people.
Exactly. They are becoming teenagers and they have friends from outside. It's not everything they will discuss with you. So you have to be a kind of parent that's open to your children. Your children should be able to know that, okay, when I tell my mom this, when I tell my dad this, there is a particular way they will take it. But if you are kind of strict parent that I can't tell my parents this, so if I tell them this, what is going to happen? If you're that kind of parent, you know that your children will have very little trust in you. They won't be able to tell you things that are disturbing them. And before you know it, that situation will get out of hand.
Yes, and some parents also blame the issue on that the child is in that age and that's what they do at that age. But like most of the time, it's not normal for someone to do that at that age. So like most parents should just not believe that, okay, yes, my child is 18, so yes, that's what they do at that age. So it's normal. It's not normal for someone to be taking drugs or be involving in such habits or behaviors. So like parents should not just believe that it's normal for a child at that age to do that.
Okay, so I remember having another conversation with a friend, and she asked me that, do I really believe in this peer pressure thing? That do people still fall for the influence of all these things? That is quite shocking, because I mean, I think everybody is like, should I say, everybody has access to the internet. Everybody has information to a lot of things. So, and you know the consequences of this thing. So why would peer pressure just easily influence you into doing something that you know that you normally wouldn't stand for? And I think that's a conversation that we should have on this show. So Victory, do you really think that? I mean, are you surprised about the fact that people still undergo peer pressure?
Honestly, I'm actually still surprised because for me, I watch Nollywood. I watch movies where we see the consequences of these actions of taking drugs and everything. So I know that when I take drugs, no matter the kind of influence that makes me take this, I know that these are the consequences. So I'm still wondering why people are still, I don't know if I should call it naive, people being naive now, but I wonder how people are still so naive to the extent that they get influenced by this kind of things. It's still a shock to me, honestly.
Well, I feel like it's more or less the feeling of being among, like being wanted, and
Okay,
yeah, so like if you want to feel among your friends, you don't want to be left out, you don't want to feel what's the word? I don't know, but you don't want to feel left out. So yes, that's when you
sense of belonging amongst your friends.
So yeah, that's when you want to do all those things. You want to join your friends to do what they are doing. So peer pressure actually is.
And also some of the students have even had some of these teenagers, they think that okay, because they get depressed easily, and then when they take these drugs, they say that it gives them some kind of feeling. They feel like they're out of that situation that they're in at that point in time. So they apparently love that sense of pain that they have, that oh, I'm not in this situation anymore. They feel so relieved and all. So they keep on. That's what this is about addiction. Once you see that this is the thing that this thing gives me, you want to
keep going back to it.
over again. So
Yes, with all being said, we are not professionals, but I mean, I know that addiction is a very serious issue, and it's not just, it's easier, talk is cheap, easier to say, but it's not as easy to, come out of it. So please, if you need help, if you know anybody that needs help, we are going to leave a number up on the channel so that you can, access the number and, help yourself. Thank you so much for watching to the end of this video, and please remember to subscribe, like, comment and share.